Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. The Lakers are looking to add to their roster, and players like Dalton Netsch and Maxi Kleber will have limited opportunities in Coach J.J. Redick's rotation. Therefore, it would be advantageous to trade him for a larger player, such as Wendell Carter Jr., a center who can rotate with DeAndre Ayton. Are the Los Angeles Lakers trade rumors true? Supposedly, the team isn't interested in making any more moves before the season starts. They are opting to ride with their current roster and see what the new team looks like. Still, there are a few small Lakers trades that could vastly improve their roster going into next season. One Lakers trade idea was proposed on FanSPO, and it could actually work. The trade looks like this. Lakers trade, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect. Orlando Magic trade, Wendell Carter Jr. and Jett Howard. This simple 2-for-2 trade could benefit both sides. The Lakers are picking up the best player in the trade in Wendell Carter Jr. He would be an incredible backup big man next to DeAndre Ayton, balancing out some of Ayton's close-to-the-rim offensive play with some three-point shooting and defense. The main problem for the Lakers is that they would be taking on more long-term money in this deal. The Lakers have said they want to stay flexible for next season's free agency. They may be able to make a major trade to land Luka Doncic a star running mate. Still, every season is precious, and the Lakers may need to strengthen their current roster if they are planning to contend this season. This trade would definitely make them better in the short term. Kleber is such an injury risk and is a total defensive liability. Connect isn't much better on the defensive end and hasn't exactly blown away the Lakers coaching staff over his short time in Los Angeles. If the Lakers don't need to attach a pick, this is a trade they need to consider. This Lakers Wendell Carter Jr. trade could help give the Lakers the defensive tools to contend for an NBA championship. Marcus Smart offers Lakers key traits even Reeves doesn't next to Luka and LeBron. If the Los Angeles Lakers are serious about winning now, they might have to make an uncomfortable call. That means starting Marcus Smart over Austin Reeves. That sounds like a bold statement, maybe even a little controversial. When you break it down, it actually makes a lot of sense. Kevin O'Connor nailed it on the Kevin O'Connor Show when he said, "The issue with this Lakers team with Austin Reeves in the starting lineup next to Luka, Doncic, and LeBron James, is his shot creation becomes a bit redundant. Smart complements Luka and LeBron in ways no one else can. Doncic and James are two of the highest usage stars in the league. There is only so much ball to go around, and Reeves' game, as good as it is, thrives with touches. He just does not get that playing third wheel. Smart, though? He fits around stars. Just look at what he did next to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown when he was on the Boston Celtics. He defends, screens, moves off the ball, and does not need to shoot 15 times to make an impact. Smart can be an off-ball screener, a defensive weapon," O'Connor continued. That is exactly what this Lakers starting five needs more of, especially on the perimeter. Legend of Winning also agreed with O'Connor, pointing out the long-term implications. Lowe said, "Marcus Smart is probably a much bigger difference maker for the Lakers, especially in the backcourt." The solution? Let Reeves run the second unit. Give him the ball. Let him create. The bench needs offense, and he can lead that group the same way a player like Manu Ginobili did back when he was playing on the San Antonio Spurs. It would turn one of the weakest bench units into a real strength. Doing something like this comes with complications. The main complication would be that Austin Reeves is in a contract year. That alone makes this a tough sell. Moving him to the bench, even with a promise of big minutes, will not be easy when he is trying to maximize his next payday. Optics matter, and the reality is that being a starter carries weight. Still, if the Lakers are focused on winning, they will have to weigh short-term comfort against long-term upside. The ideal rotation might not include Reeves in the opening five, but it absolutely includes him being featured. It may just not always be where he might expect it. Lakers predicted to part ways with 6 feet 8 inches power forward before season is over. The Los Angeles Lakers need to find the perfect complementary players for Luka Doncic. They've pivoted their franchise to maximizing Luka's window and bringing another championship to Los Angeles. That's why Lakers trade rumors continue despite the team indicating they are happy with how their roster currently looks. RB Hayek of Clutch Points added flames to the Lakers trade rumors by naming the three way too early Los Angeles Lakers trade candidates in 2025-26 season. Hayek predicted that one of the Lakers' most athletic pieces could be on his way out this season. Jared Vanderbilt may be out of time in LA. Sadly, the Lakers forward is just not cutting it. He averaged 4.1 points and 5.1 rebounds per game during the 2024-25 season while shooting 48.8% from the hardwood. However, Vanderbilt only averaged 1.4 points per game during the playoffs and shot 33.3% over 5 games. The only benefits that Vanderbilt gives the purple and gold are his strong perimeter defending. Unfortunately, he is limited offensively. Coach J.J. Redick may want another option if his offense does not keep pace with his defense. Vanderbilt has a $10.7 million contract that runs through next season. However, there is a chance the Lakers will trade him to get different players that could give them a well-rounded game. It wouldn't be crazy for the Lakers to consider a Jared Vanderbilt trade. Despite the high potential he once showed, Vanderbilt's career hasn't continued on its once exciting path. Follow the sporting news on WhatsApp. Could the Lakers get much in a Vanderbilt trade? Probably not. Still, opening a roster spot to a player with more offensive potential and a cleaner injury history could make a huge difference down the line for the Lakers roster. LeBron James' Liberty the Lakers absolutely can't use anymore. There was a point in the career of LeBron James when you could roll him out with 4 other guys off the street and the all-time great could drag them to competent NBA play. That is no longer the case for the Los Angeles Lakers superstar. James will be 41 years old in December and the task of elevating the Lakers bench should not be falling on his shoulders alone. Not anymore. The outlier stat of how poor LeBron's on-off numbers looked as a result of carrying those responsibilities in 2024-25 proves it. That is what has led to a majority of the insufferable narratives about his player quality that are around today. The all-time great is still an elite talent and one of the 10 best players in the NBA. However, at this late stage of his career, he is no longer the undeniable floor raiser that can do the impossible. Lakers bench has a new leader they can turn to. Jovan Buha, too, pointed out the need for James to be properly deployed on a recent episode of his podcast. The Lakers reporter highlighted the shortcomings of the strategy in 2024-25 and how the team can pivot. Buha said, "One thing we saw progressively throughout the course of the season that J.J. Redick and the coaching staff realized was that LeBron needs a little bit more help offensively in some of these bench groups. To support LeBron, you probably need to put Austin Reeves out there." Buha danced around the real solution here for the Woeful bench. If any of the Lakers' big three is to be left to fend for themselves with 4 bench players, it should be Luka Doncic. The Lakers reporter mentioned the minutes with Doncic and the bench last year did not look all too great either. However, that was a different version of Luka. It was a version of the superstar point guard who was recovering from injuries and the mental toll of a shocking relocation. Doncic is quickly proving at Eurobasket 2025 that his best self is back. The Lakers superstar is backpacking a largely underwhelming national team far beyond what they should be capable of. That sure does sound like a player built to elevate a group of bench players who need to feed off his superstardom. Doncic has proven himself a capable floor raiser during his time with the Dallas Mavericks. If there is someone who needs to be inheriting those duties from James, it is undoubtedly the Slovenian superstar. Will LeBron James ever become an NBA head coach? LeBron James will have to call it a career at some point. Although the Los Angeles Lakers star is still playing at a high level, he's at the point of his career where the question about his future will be in place every time he enters the offseason. Knowing retirement could be coming soon, many wonder if James would consider taking the coaching route in the NBA. He denied that idea in the past, and the question was asked again during a recent interview with CGTN Sports Scene. "No," LeBron said definitively regarding the coaching question. No, 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 no coaching for me. No, no, no. I was inspired by the game. I love the game, but I don't have coaching in my future. That's now the second time this offseason that LeBron James has made it clear that coaching is not in his future. There's no way, guys, James said on his Mind the Game show earlier this offseason. It ain't happening. No team. Zero chance. If any teams wanted to pull a Lakers and attempt to offer a first-time head coach who recently played a shot, it won't be LeBron James. While LeBron's quote makes it seem as if he might step away from the game entirely when he calls it a career, it seems likely he'll find a different way to get involved. Perhaps a front office role or ownership is on the table. As talks of an NBA expansion have been heating up over the years, many rumors over time have suggested that LeBron James could have a hand in an expansion squad, especially if it's in Las Vegas. However, the rumors are just that right now. The only scenario that seems sure right now is that LeBron James won't be hitting the sidelines to coach when he officially calls it a career. The 40-year-old wants to continue to compete for the Lakers, and will figure out the future when he's done his journey through the 2025 to 2026 NBA season. Next season, the Lakers have championship goals. Last year, LeBron James appeared in 70 games, averaging 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game. He shot 51% from the field and knocked down 38% of his shots from beyond the arc. Last year, the Lakers finished with a 50-32 record, placing third in the Western Conference. They lost in the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Lakers fan favorite has signed with a new team to compete for a championship. Another year, another chance to win more titles. The Los Angeles Lakers have a long legacy of big men suiting up in the middle of the lineup on winning teams. While not a Hall of Famer, JaVale McGee was a beloved member of a championship team, and now he's suiting up for a new squad to pursue his next title. Looking back on the 2019-20 season, things came together for the Los Angeles Lakers in LeBron James' second season in Hollywood. Anthony Davis was the perfect co-star for James, and the Lakers put the right mix of veterans around the two to propel them to a championship in the NBA bubble at Disney World during the COVID restart. For those looking for a trivia question to impress fellow Lakers fans, look no further than this: which player started the most games for that 2019-20 Lakers title team? It was not LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, or Dwight Howard. It was big, long, joyful JaVale McGee who started 68 games for the Lakers that season. McGee came to the Lakers in 2018, having won a pair of championships with the Golden State Warriors, breathing life back into a wayward career. McGee's size and athleticism likely kept him in the league despite his immaturity and off-court antics. When the Warriors plugged him in as a 10-minute energy big, he flourished into exactly what they needed, and in the process McGee grew up and found his place in the NBA. The Lakers signed McGee in 2018 and he expanded his role. He more than doubled his minutes to 22.3 per game, entering the starting lineup and averaging a career-best 12 points per game to go along with 7.5 rebounds and 62.4% shooting from the field. That translates to per 36-minute numbers of 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. He had found his place. Adding Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard the following season meant less was asked of McGee, and his minutes ticked down to 16.6 per game, but he remained the starting center all season long and for much of their postseason run until head coach Frank Vogel started playing Davis at center more often and Howard stepped into a larger role. JaVale McGee is bouncing around the world. The following offseason, after earning a championship ring with the Lakers, Los Angeles dropped off his salary on the Cleveland Cavaliers for a couple of bit players. From there, McGee started to collect new teams like he was playing NBA bingo. He played for Cleveland, Denver, Phoenix, Dallas, and Sacramento over the next 4 seasons. 2 weeks after turning 37 years old, McGee signed with Vaqueros de Bayamon of the Baloncesto Superior Nacional, the top basketball league in Puerto Rico. He joined former NBA veterans Danilo Gallinari, Chris Duarte, and Ronaldo Balkman and led the Vaqueros to the championship. Add another ring for JaVale McGee. McGee was not just a veteran bit player, either. While playing for the Vaqueros he averaged 17.1 points and 9.2 rebounds per game. He is still tapped into his size and has enough athleticism to be an impact player. It may be against lesser competition, but he can still make a difference. This summer, McGee took another step on his basketball journey. The Illawarra Hawks of the Australian National Basketball League, NBL, are the defending champions in one of the better worldwide leagues, and now they have signed the former Lakers center to beef up their lineup. McGee will look to win another title while helping the Hawks defend theirs. Lakers fans largely loved JaVale McGee while he was on the team, and it's hard not to think of him with fondness. His is a great success story, from someone not ready to adult to starting for championship teams. He is now the veteran mentor teams want around. It worked for the Lakers, it worked for the Vaqueros, and now McGee will try to bring his magic to the Illawarra Hawks.